really grateful for this whole idea of the law of attraction. And I'm grateful to each of you because y'all the ones started it. Y'all the ones said, come on, Darlaina, we doing it. We need to do this law of attraction thing. We got this book. Now what? So now here we are, 213 days in. Oh my goodness. 213 days in. And when we started 200 days ago, so many of us had, I mean, different stories. Different stories of what law of attraction is, and how it actually works. And so many of you, even at the retreat, the Heal Thyself retreat, really dug in deeper and allowed God to show you different ways of thinking and of being, and really seeing other ways that the law of attraction is working in your life, and really understanding that whether you believe it or not, the law of attraction is working. It is working in your life, is working in my life. And whether you want to say, oh, everything is happening for a reason, or whatever other story you want to tell yourself, we now know that our emotions are driving our world. And if you didn't know before, know now that your emotions is driving your world. I'm attracted. Somebody say I'm attracted. Well, you've been attracted to this room, so be ready to take some copious notes. So welcome everybody to the Law of Attraction, and we are on. I think it's 213, but let me just make sure. Yeah, July 22nd is day 213 that we have been working in our law of attraction planner. We have been intentional about this work. And when I tell you, writing the vision and making it plain has truly made a difference in each of our lives. Not only are we moving and shaking in the world, but we're creating our world. And that is 100% what has happened using this law of attraction planner, going through this roadmap. A lot of times in life we talk about we didn't come with instructions, our kids didn't come with instructions. So how do we get this thing done? And when you get your planner, it gives you a whole roadmap. There is your roadmap right here, and it talks about how we are to show up to have the life of our dreams. Everywhere it says you have not because you ask not. What is it that you really want? Did you ask for it? Did you write it down? Did you make it plain? Every good book tells us to do that, and this book just helps us to make it even plainer. It's so important to make it even plainer. And so it talks about awareness and self-discovery and finding your life purpose. When now I also have my Zoom room up. So you guys, um when I say to you, um finding your life purpose and awareness and self-discovery in 200 in 200 and what is it? In 200 and how many days? 213 days. In 213 days, I'm going to let you tell me how how the 213 days feels to you, so that the people that's listening and watching can say, "Oh, okay." So all of you have been here for hundreds of days. Even if you haven't been here the entire time, you have been having some experiences for yourself, as far as law of attraction, and taking time out to write all of this down. So you tell me, and tell the group what it has been feeling like being a part of this law of attraction and making law of attraction a part of your everyday life. So, who wants to go first and tell the people? It's such a it is such a blessing to get this information now and to be intentional now, to be in where we are in the world and being able to say, you know what, life is pretty good and amazing, right? But I could make it even more amazing by being intentional.
I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
So yesterday I went to a fabric store. My bad. A fabric show. It was a big trend-setting show, and we talked about, there was sustainability conversation. There was a lot going on. And as I walked around the store or the show, I just kept telling myself, trust your ideas, Sherry.
Yes.
You know, because those shows become very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so you see so much. And at one point I said, I was getting ready to say, I'm overwhelmed. And I said, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons.
Yes.
And trust your ideas.
Yes.
There was one of the salesmen had left the booth. He went to get coffee. And, you know, I'm being very selective when I drink coffee. And I said to myself, as I walked around looking at fabrics, I think I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I was the last person to get an Americano, you know, it was Italian coffee. But when I made up my mind, go find the coffee place. It was free coffee. I got the last coffee.
Wow.
They closed the booth right after me. I was like, look at that. How about getting anything you want? And as I traveled to the show and back home, and every step I took, I decided I'm not rushing. Whenever I get to wherever I'm going, it's going to be the perfect time for me. That was
divine order.
That was so relaxing.
Yes.
One of my other goals is to come off of the high blood pressure medicine that I'm on. And I know part of it, a huge part of it, is my emotion and my state of being.
Yes.
And I will not allow myself to get, oh, what's going to happen? And where's this coming from? And I have some big projects going on right now. And I declare I am putting a deck on my house and a powder room on my parlor floor.
Oh,
and I don't know where the money's coming from. And I'm not focused on that. Now I'm focused on my ideas and where I want things and how I'm producing. And I'm giving myself permission to trust myself.
Oh my God. Who is this woman talking? Who is
and
that?
It feels so good.
Who is that?
She's the real Sherry.
How about that? How about that? I'm so excited for you. Like,
Thank you. I'm excited. That's why it feels so right.
Listen, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. My life, I tell people all the time, my life is magic
and
miracles. I start every statement. I'm so grateful and thankful now that my life is magic and miracles, because it can only be magic and miracles. My friend Sarah says faith, trust, and pixie dust. It gotta be some pixie dust in there, because if you went by logic,
Oh no,
if you went by your conscious mind,
no.
the things that are occurring in our lives would make sense. It
Can
wouldn't
I
make
be next?
go right ahead.
Well, I'll go after Dr. Loretta because I have to
Oh,
move
I'm
on.
sorry.
Thank you. That's okay.
Ever since I was 7 years old, I wanted to be in show business. I didn't even know what that meant, but I knew I could always sing. And my father had been a tap dancer, so he says that we used to do things like Bojangles and Shirley Temple since I was 3. Well, so people would say to me, be reasonable. Don't you know that only 1% out of blah, blah, blah? And I would look them right in their face and say, okay, I'll be in that 1%. And they said, oh, we just give up on it.
Gone.
And I was given to parents that did not smash my dreams. They said things like, what to amplify my father's favorite thing about going to college. He said, listen, I don't want you to have to rely on your ethnic background. Because whatever you put in your brain, no one can take from you. They can take your car, they can take your life, but whatever you put in your brain. Warren Buffett says the best investment is in yourself. They were asking him about good investment. And he said, your best investment is in yourself.
That's so amazing, because when you think about these 213 days, the whole goal is to create a movement of law of attraction in your life. And so that's the question. How has this 213 days affected your life? What's happening in your life now? Go ahead, Debbie.
I was actually going to read my statement if I could.
Oh, please read your statement, because that's part of the process. Writing your life statement. I'm so happy and thankful now that what? See, you have not, because you asked not, and you haven't written the vision and make it plain. So write the vision and make it plain. So Debbie, please share your life statement that we wrote in our.
And I'm glad we're part of it.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, right? I'll wait real quick. Can you see?
Oh, look. The Healing House of Roses.
Hey, the Healing House of Roses.
Indeed.
She's got it on her heart.
And the funny thing about that, you were the first person to walk out of the room with the shirt on, and literally made me cry, because it is a culmination of a vision. It is a vision that I had for a retreat. And guess what? Done and done.
Done and done.
Done and done. Done and done. Ready for the next one. Yes. That kind of rhymes. Done and done. Ready for the next one. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Read.
I am so happy and so grateful that I arise at 5 a.m. thanking my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for a brand new adventure in heaven on earth.
Yes.
My spiritual foundation supports me in prayer, reading of the word, journaling, meditating, and manifesting powerful faith, enlightenment, and rejuvenation. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I have forgiven myself and forgiven others. Abundance is in my financial resources, and my global businesses with multiple income streams allow me to help those in need, myself, and support that which I love.
Yes.
My biological and spiritual families are supportive, sustaining, loving, and joyful. My intimate relationship is heaven-sent, peaceful, and faithful. My partner is generous, heaven-sent, peaceful. I probably said that, I'm sorry. My partner is generous and warm, in tune with who he is, and a go-giver influencer.
Ooh.
I serve my community when I'm giving back. I serve the world when I pray, help myself, and help someone else. I feel empowered to do all things through Christ who strengthens me in accordance to his will. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I'm living in one of my sunny, quiet homes with 90-degree heated pool, breathtaking landscapes, cozy fireplaces, and a stunning orchid farm, which are my calling card. There are green, exotic, and fragrant plants in every room. My office is huge and vibrant.
decorated with personal and industry accolades and thank you cards and mementos from friends, clients, and business partners. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I'm living in a higher vibrancy frequency in my faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun, visualized through my vision board and lifestyle. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I surround myself with others like my Law of Attraction group, LCA families, who are in pursuit of an empowering life of happiness, growth, wealth, and servant leadership. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I've made the decision to shift my paradigm so that I may attract my heart's desire by rising to its frequency. I'm so happy and so grateful that money comes to me in an increasing quantity through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I hire a PR guru, a financial guru, and travel professionals that take each of my businesses to the next level.
All right.
On Earth Travel is a household name, cornering the market on global premium, specialty, and luxury travel experiences. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I have passive and residual income. I'm a multimillionaire, CEO and founder of new businesses.
Go, girl.
Director in higher education, helping others excel in their studies of interest. Executive director in protecting the dreams of our communities through a proprietary financial product that allows families to use while they are living. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I create legacies for my children's children. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I am a philanthropist, aiding the neediest, making a way for domestic violence victims and those unheard voices in our communities while performing random acts of kindness daily. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I surround myself with those who are in pursuit of happiness, joy, and enlightenment, and as we create legacies for our families. I am so happy and so grateful now that I own real estate and rental properties in the Hudson Valley, New York, Bergen County, New Jersey, and a secluded beach house in Grand Bahama in the Bahamas. As I travel the world as a servant leader, I help others create their heaven on earth. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I'm creating a 501c organization to fund and support my church organization, COJC, with the K through 12 school, daycare center, summer camp, and CLJ University on our Cherry Hill estate. I'm so happy and so grateful now that I live by the fruits of the Spirit and that my name is written in heaven. I'm so happy and so grateful that I give it all to God.
Yes.
Woo! Well, am I glad I know you?
Oh my God. Listen, talk about inspiration. Writing the vision and making it plain and not leaving one detail.
Girl, my goosebumps got goosebumps.
Let me tell you something.
Heaven on earth.
When you look at, thank you so much. When you Rose House of Foundation. Oh, Rose House of Foundation. Welcome to the Healing House of Roses and Darlaina Rose into my world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have been talking for 213 days. And if it took you 213 days to get that statement out, it was well worth our wait. It was well worth our wait. It is so important to write your vision and make it plain. What is the vision that you have for your life? It is,
and the rest of that is a goal. It's not just goal setting; it's team building, so that men can run with it. See, she's so plain that then all her pieces of her team can come and run with the vision.
So yesterday, when we were recording the 3 episodes of the Darlaina Rose show, I had three guests come, and one of the guests was a filmmaker, Queen from Queen Films. I met Queen last year. She makes short movies and she films whatever is going on. She's worked with some great people. She's been on major sets here in Atlanta. If you're a filmmaker, Atlanta is a great place for you to be. And you know, places like New York and LA, Atlanta is a hub for creatives, people, right? And so when I interviewed her, she talked about oh, if you want to come into Zoom, India wants to come into Zoom. It's 215-690-1128. 215-690-1128, and the password is 1234. If you're crazy, we're gonna kick you out. But come, 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 come. And so she was talking about that, and we were talking about how I'm releasing the Darlaina Rose show on my YouTube. If you don't follow me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube, because those shows about to drop. The next one next week, and one for every 10 weeks, because now we've recorded the 10 shows. We recorded 11. We dropped the first one to see how that would go, and now we're about to drop one for every 10 weeks. So you need to be following us, right? But what she said was, I just started putting up my stuff on YouTube. And I said, well, what do I say about YouTube? They found Issa Rae on YouTube. They found Justin Bieber on YouTube. It doesn't matter your gift, but if you put it there, somebody's going to see it. And she said, oh, yeah, that happened to me already. I said, what happened to you already? Some producer, some big film company found her short films that she was brave enough to get actors for, to shoot on set, to do all of that stuff. And some film director said, I like your short film. Let's turn it into a full film. So she started to write it. And as she was writing it, guess what happened? They said, scratch that. We got this idea. Can you write a movie about this? And guess what? She wrote the movie about that, and it is now a full feature film that will be in theaters this fall. What?
Praise the Lord.
What?
You go, girl.
I said, okay, so tell me what award you going to get for a film. She said, because I said, well, I'm going to have a talk show. So my talk show is probably going to be on the daytime. So I'm going to get an Emmy for my show. So I said, what are you going to get for your show? She said, oh, that's an Oscar. So she's going to get an Oscar. There's a lady on here.
She can get another Oscar for my history show. I need her.
Yes. I told her, I said, on the show, while we were taping, I said, anybody who is ready to write your life story or your biopic, Queen is the one. Queen Films is the one, and one of the things
I like her because she named Queen already.
Her name that's her real name, Queen Norris. And she is on Instagram as Key Films, QII Films, FILMS, right? So Queen is from the very first day that I met her in January 2021, when we were on the first content creation weekend here in Atlanta. There were multiple videographers, multiple camera people, but there's certain people that their head sticks high out of the crowd. Excuse me. So her presence was big, but she was quiet. Mm-hmm. She had the best equipment, the most knowledge. I mean, and not to say that the other photographers there weren't phenomenal, but she was extra phenomenal. She was even so gracious. Because equipment was the best, she was done the part that she was supposed to do. She left her lights there. And I remember these lights.
That's gracious, because people don't
they don't leave their equipment, right? So
my Arthur used to leave his electric keyboards for the young bands that couldn't play, that didn't have equipment.
Yes, the lady's name is Queen Norris. Yep. And so she left these lights that were long, tubular, but like they kind of came up like almost like a house shape. Right. And she had them, they were in multiple colors, green, yellow, blue, all these lights. And when she came back, somebody couldn't find a remote to the lights. I said, remember, it was a whole thing about them lights. She said, yeah, girl, it was a thing about the lights. But she absolutely gave of her talent, her time, and then shared her equipment. So, of course, someone would find her less than a year of me knowing her, but she's been at this work since she was 8 years old. She wanted to be a filmmaker. She was writing books, making books out of construction paper and paper. And she said, I used to make my cousins read the books.
Yeah.
And then
I just beat up people, make them watch my show.
Yeah, exactly. Because we were already practicing what we were going to do, and so when I asked her how did she even get into film, she said, she was basketball her whole life, right? Got a scholarship to Temple University, played basketball for
Wait,
Temple. Yes. Oh my goodness. She said, um, she ended up getting scholarships and all of that, and end up spending the balance of her college time at Howard because Howard was the only one who had the film, right? And so when she was in high school, she was on her way to a basketball practice and went to the wrong classroom. And when she went into the classroom, she saw the biggest camera she ever seen in her life. And it was a wrap after that.
it was a wrap.
And the teacher called her. She came in. She said, "What?" He said, "What is this? What is this happening?" She said, "They said, oh, we're gonna start doing the class announcements and all this." And so she said, instead of doing announcements, why don't we just shoot a commercial? And the teacher said, "You're now my director." And then she went to the library and took out books on what a director is. And now she can do every part of the job.
Oh, she's mine, Lord. Thank you.
And guess what? And guess what else she said? Her parents were not the parents who said, "You go."
Oh.
Her parents were the people who said, "Get a good job. You got an education. Get a good job." Because people don't make money in films. That's what her mother told her. She said, "Well, hold on. Well, what about Spike Lee? Because he doing all that." But that whole story is just to say, as long as you stay on that thing that you got that's been embedded in you since you were a child, that is
no, you're saying it wrong. She came here with it. That was embedded in her.
Exactly. So that thing that's been following you your whole life, you knew it. You felt it, and whenever you're in it, it feels so good. It feels like that thing. I told him about that time I was in 6th grade, and my mother, my teacher told my mother that that girl talked too much. That girl talk. She listen. The teacher said I moved her seat, and now she talking to herself, but she over there talking. And so when I got home, my mother said, "I got something for that talking." But my dad, I was a daddy's girl. My dad saved me every time. My dad said, "Don't do that. That talking may pay that girl one day." So my dad had some real foresight and forethought about what he saw in me. And then don't add my childhood and all the door knocking I did growing up. All of the times I spoke to people about a whole lot of things. I've been talking my whole life. And so right now, in this moment, the thing that I love to do is this thing right here. This thing right here, being with you, facilitating a conversation about people living a better life.
Yeah.
People living the life that they want. No, well, I can't say nobody, but this is not a normal conversation. This is not conversations that you find happening in homes, but these are the conversations that should be happening in homes.
What you find is the anti to this conversation happening in most homes.
Absolutely.
Fear and trepidation. Don't do that. Don't take a chance. Don't risk. Don't. Yes. Go get you a good job at the telephone company. That's what.
Right, the telephone company, the gas company, the electric company, the water company. Honey, listen, when people used to get a job at the water, what is it called in Philadelphia? The Philadelphia Waterworks. You get a job at the Waterworks, you're gonna be there forever, and you
get a job at Con Ed in New York.
Yes, if you get one of them, oh, it's over.
Or the train.
Yeah, Amtrak. Yes. Amtrak. Any of those are, you are considered successful.
Right. A city or state job.
Yes.
Good job.
Good government job.
Get you a good government job.
With benefits.
Good job with benefits. That's right. And that's what most of our parents tell us. But the people who created,
because for them that would have been a good job.
Absolutely. So when we look at the people who said that's not them, those are the creatives, the rule breakers, the cycle breakers, the risk takers, the Hiltons, the Vanderbilts, the Fords, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings. They did not live according to those rules, and we don't either.
Luckily for me, my folks always had a side hustle, and that's where their passion, they were all creative. They worked their 9 to 5s, but they did their whole other life. As soon as they were off that 9 to 5 gig, they came home and lived their other whole life.
Well, that's just amazing, because you told us that your father was reading Think and Grow Rich while people was racially discriminating against him.
Oh, they wouldn't. The white boys wouldn't let him eat lunch with them, so he stayed in the locker room eating my mother's peach cobbler, reading Think and Grow Rich in the 50s, honey.
Yeah. So exactly. So you already are cut from a cloth that's not the same.
Well, before that, my great grandfather was a homesteader in Kansas. They left a plantation in Kentucky to go to Kansas. Great grandpa said, "I want to own my own field." So that was the DNA for our family. That's what I'd want to tell Queen. I want Queen to come on with me and make this movie.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I will connect you to her.
Please.
She is amazing. She came here and was just ready to serve, even being here. Look, she looking at the setup like, if you feel you need to jump in and help my people, then by all means do that. Kay Moultrie, who is a producer, rapper, he makes beats, all of that. He shoots the show, produces the show. He does it with his two sons, Malik and Michael. So for 11 shows, Kay Moultrie and his two sons, Malik and Michael, have been shooting my show. And so I'm so grateful for the vision, because contrary to what people believe, this show is being shot on grace. I'm not paying for anything. So when they come, I feed them. I make sure they got a snack. I feed them good. I make sure they get a meal, not just, hey, Vern, not just some chips and dip and some water. Yesterday they had salmon, barbecue chicken, cilantro rice with Brussels sprouts, Bridget. And then I had watermelon. I had strawberries, seeded grapes. Had to say that. And then I had this lemon cake with buttercream icing. They had everything. It was a full
girl.
And then they had strawberry kiwi drink with peach homebrew tea. So when they come to my house, they know that they gonna work, but they gonna eat too. Because that's my gratitude. That's how I get to show gratitude for the work that they're doing.
Move on their stomachs, boy.
Yes.
You don't feed your crew, you're in trouble, boy.
Absolutely.
They ran out of coffee on Sesame Street one day, and the little interns were running up and down the street begging the people give them some coffee. The crew sat down and see what they make so much money. You can't have them sitting on your money. We don't get our coffee break.
Well, I'm just grateful because now we are 11 shows in, shot on grace. I ain't need no money to do it. And now I'm going to drop them on YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube, because the first show is there. Now we're about to drop 10 shows, one a week for the next 10 weeks. And when I tell you, every single show, every single person is amazing in their own right. And they said thank you to me like I did something special for them. No, you did something special for me.
On YouTube, all we do is search Darlaina Rose show. Is that all we do? Just search?
Yeah, just go to my name, Darlaina Rose, and you'll see the first show up with Shavante, the one that I showed you. And then next week we drop Kay Moultrie's. Then after that, we drop the Darlaina Rose Flip Show. And the Flip Show is when they flip it on me and I'm being interviewed.
Wonderful. I love it.
So it's you're telling everybody else's story. Nobody's telling your story. So how can we do that? So we did Darlaina Rose, the Flip Show. So we'll talk about, what, my life and the life that I've managed to manifest with all of you.
Managed to survive.
That part. With all of you great people in and around me that have helped me and seeded into this life. I know that I have worked. When I say work, I woke up the other day and I said, wait a minute, this starting to feel like work. right? That was what my little voice said because I was getting up at 5 o'clock. Like this is starting to feel like work. You getting up every day now. Like this feel like work. And so I I started to feel down about it. And then I'm like, but this is what you asked for. And I jumped right up, played me some Kirk Franklin and some Sunday service choir and got up and got my day started. It's so important for us
You got to roll that stuff.
to do. Yeah, it's the work that we asked for. It didn't say that it wasn't going to show up structured, and it needs to be structured.
It's happening to you. It's happening for you.
For you. Oh my goodness. Single and searching for a single mom. Oh, okay. Well, AJ, send me a message inside, and we'll see how we can help you manifest the life of your dreams. That's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. Managing and creating the life that you want. You have not because you asked not. You haven't even asked God for what you want. And you're trying to figure out how come you didn't get it.
Don't ask for it and whine about not getting it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. Vern, I didn't even get it, Vern. Listen, the dude was saying he looking for somebody. And Vern said, this is not a dating site. Get him, Vern. Get him. And so it's so important for us to ask for what we want. In order for
in the appropriate place, brother.
In the appropriate place, right? Ask for what you want, right? Write the vision and make it plain. Make the vision board, write the life statement. Y'all think this stuff is hokey and it don't work. It absolutely works. It absolutely works. And this is what I said. I said, I'm working this hard and in it, I see the value in what it is that I'm doing. So as much as people say, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that and I can't pay this and I can't pay that, I see the work in what I do. And if I start putting prices on what I do. Everything you do, from cooking food to housing people to all that, and I put a price on it. So every day I do over $1,000 worth of work. So now all I need is the $1,000 a day to catch up to me. But I'm gonna keep working, and God keeps providing. All of the things that you ask for. God is not gonna give you the vision without the provision. You know how many people just see into the Healing House of Roses? I've been here for a year and 4 months, and in a year and 4 months, I have not had to work a 9-to-5 job, and every single month the house is paid for. Well, some months. Amen. Some months into the next month, but it's okay. It's still getting paid. It's still getting paid for.
Time is the construction of this realm. There is no time, so the house is paid for.
House is paid
on the right time.
On the right time, absolutely. And every person that comes here sees the vision when they come here. And then they say something about it looks beautiful online, but the pictures don't do it justice. It's amazing. God is, they say, who is your source and supply? I'm not my source and supply.
No,
God is my source our only source. And listen, he show up on time every single time. I know there's people right now who owe months and months of rent and they have jobs. I just owe one. And that's all I say. It's just one. Some people got 8, 9, 10, all that on their way outdoors. That ain't me. God has continued to provide everything that is needed for this house, from the electric, the gas, the water, the everything.
Because you're on your right purpose. You're serving him. He's not going to let you go.
No. And that goes for everyone. That goes for everyone. Everyone. Write the vision. Make it plain. Ask for what you want. You just might get it.
Not might. You're going to get it.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it. I am.
Ain't no might up in it. The might
proof.
Is him. He's mighty.
And, and even things to the smallest detail of being online and being in the public eye, doing all of the work that I do, even down to my clothes. He has made a way for me to continue to upgrade, to have something new, to not have to wear the same thing 2 times in a week. Like my wardrobe is getting bananas, especially doing the show and all of that. Thank God for North Georgia Goodwill, because North Georgia Goodwill has 99-cent Mondays. And one of the days that I went, I was able to buy 20 99-cent dresses. And this is one of them.
What? 99
What? That's crazy. That's beautiful. Wow.
good.
So let me tell you, it is amazing. And then Dr. MJ, who's a naturopathic doctor, who's going to be one of the healers, is going to be in the house. She came here this week to touch base because we're putting together a program for the teachers at the high school up the street to allow them to be able to come to the Healing House of Roses, to come here for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, come before work, after work, during work, to really
Good
give
for them.
the teachers a place to get away from this. That's a high school. So you already know it's a high school. And so she came and then she said, girl, I was at the thrift store and I found this dress. So I'm going to wear that dress tomorrow. It's funny when people know your plight. She like, listen, I'm going to bring you this present that I got for you. And it's this beautiful black dress with red roses on it, and it has a scarf to go with it. She said, as soon as I saw it, it had your name all over it. So I'm just so grateful for people not only seeing the vision for themselves, but also seeing the visions of each other, so that we can seed into to each other, seed. And so, listen, some days I wake up and somebody sent a cash app and said, pay the electric bill, or somebody said, and I don't even have to ask. Y'all know, I started thinking about trash bags and laundry detergent, and my girlfriend walked in the house with trash bags and laundry detergent, and I'm looking at her and she like, what? And I'm just like, even the little things. I said, I'm gonna show you my grocery list. I showed her the grocery list and she saw it was only 2 things: trash bags and laundry detergent. And she walked in here with it. So even the little things that you need will show up for you. If you are intentional about the life that you want, getting to the dream that you've always had, it don't have to be a dream.
And being willing to pay it forward, Darlaina. You pay it forward every breath you take.
I do. And it feels good to do so. It is really a faith walk. It is really a trust walk. And if you when you believe, and when you trust, and all you need is that mustard seed. That's all you need is the mustard seed. The mustard seed is so small you could barely see it. And some of the days in here, this is what I said: God, all I got is the mustard seed.
That's all you need.
That's all I got. And everything you need is already here. It's sitting with somebody. You just gotta call it in. You just gotta do whatever the prayer is for whatever it is you need.
You have to call it in and don't know where to go.
It don't listen. One of my business coaches said, she said, "Oh, okay." My niece's mom said, "Maybe I'm not doing something right. I'm going to show you my vision board." Definitely show me the vision board. The thing with vision boards is, before you put the picture, you have got to tell yourself a story about the picture to anchor yourself to the picture, or else it just looks like a dream and it's not real. So tell yourself a story about the picture. Tell yourself, oh, this is the house that I bought and it's over here on this block and this street. Put the details and feel it. When you pray and you meditate on it, see, prayer and meditation together is important. You don't have one without the other, because prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when God talks to you. So some of y'all got to shut up. We gotta be quiet. We gotta be quiet. That's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Be quiet. Even one of the healers that was here, she said, Darlaina, you have to be quiet. You have to be quiet. So I spend lots of a big part of my day just being quiet, so I can hear. You know, people say, "Oh, something told me," or my intuition. Listen, God is talking to you. And
Call
you,
it
if you
what
don't,
it is.
if you,
Don't call the God.
you took the words right out of my mouth. Call a thing a thing.
Mhm.
God is talking to you, trying to get you to listen.
Mhm.
Y'all won't
And,
turn off the
and
TV.
he's been talking. He's been talking to
Y'all
us our
won't
whole
turn off the television and the radio and the internet so that you can be in quiet. In the Healing House of Roses, there are no TVs. You have nothing but you. And anybody who has been here will tell you that. I mean, I got Wi-Fi, so if you really got to go on through something, you can go on your phone. But at the end of the day, you have come here to heal, to be, to learn, to remember who you are, and not only who you are, but whose you are, whose you are, so that you know that you can be, do, or have anything you want.
Hello.
Anything. Nothing is out of your reach. Nothing. What makes the people who are already rich and already doing amazing things better than you? Nothing. They just dreamed, believed, and walked
Take
in
that
it.
word nothing and divide it up. No thing.
Yes, nothing. There's no different. They wake up like you, they go to sleep like you. They got 24 hours in a day just like you. So none of that is different. They put on their clothes the same way you do. They wash their face and brush their teeth the same way as you. The only difference between you and them is a decision and time. Decision and time. Make a decision that you're going to go for what you want. How old you got to be before you try to get it? Are you not going to?
And you're not too old to get it either.
Never too old.
Right.
If Dr. Long ain't no is no example of anything, she is an example of that. At 83 years young, putting courses up on mastermind.com, figured out technology. Listen, I remember
Figured it out. I just know who to call and do what they tell me what button to push. I ain't figuring it out. I'm not using my energy on that part.
I understand 100,000%. Well, I am so grateful for each and every one of you that have been here for 213 days. We'll be back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Team No Days Off. If you are interested in not only the morning session, we have a 8 p.m. session that Brenda Bryan facilitates on in Zoom. So if you're interested in that, let us know and we will gladly invite you to the nighttime, because in the morning you need that push. And at nighttime, you need to be able to reflect on what you've done and what has happened and all of that kind of good stuff. So if you want to join us, by all means, if this is something that you really need, if you really need to focus on how you can activate the law of attraction in your life, be a part of the group. Be a part of the law of attraction group. Get your law of attraction planner. Do the work. We've been doing the work intentionally for 213 days. And in 213 days, our lives are truly magic and miracles. And if that's something that you are interested in, by all means, connect to the group, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Live a more intentional life. Learn what it is to live a more intentional life. And let's get this thing done. Let's live life and don't let life live us. Well, have an amazing rest of your Friday, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, bright eyed and bushy tailed. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you, Darlaina.
So welcome. All right, IG. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you got some really great information. I'm always happy to share myself and my group with you. So have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now. TikTok, you don't stop. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now. Ooh, phone, sorry, it won't let me hang up. Okay, there we go. Thank you for watching. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Bye.